I was asked by my friend Monica, who actually owns a incredible salon down in Northwest Portland called French Cut Hair. If you don't know it, you should absolutely check them out online. Go to their website. They do incredible work. Like, they've been doing incredible work in Portland. They continue to do amazing artistic and just like really creative hairstyles, but also just everyday stuff. You know, they're really good. Everybody is extremely talented. Everybody there is all different. Shameless plug, but like, no, they're really cool. So nevertheless, the owner of French Cut was a good friend of mine. She asked me, hey, I need someone to kind of host this show of mine for a hair show. You should come do it. And I'm thinking like, okay, like, I really like what she's doing and I like the company and I support it. And I've done speeches and stuff before, so I'm like, okay, that sounds good. Now, in the past, I've always written speeches. And honestly, it never really went well. Every time I had a big speech that I wrote, I bombed a lot when it comes to written speeches. A lot of times I did really good, but the times that I actually wrote something, I sucked. And I don't know if anybody else ever out there is like similar to that, if you do better just off the top of your head. But I remember one time writing something and standing in front of that crowd, and it feels like my heart went through my ass and down my leg and underneath my shoe, because I forgot all my words to my speech. Even though it was in front of me, it felt like the letters were like melting off the page. It was just too much. Going off the top, to me, felt better. So in this situation, I thought to myself, I'm gonna go from my gut and talk from my heart. So the whole entire time I'm thinking like, maybe I should have wrote something. The day of, my friends and stuff that are coming, they're like, did you write anything? Like, what are you going to talk about? What's your speech about? And I'm thinking like, oh, it's all good. Like, I'm just going to wing it and all this stuff. And they're just like, you sure? Like, you sure you want to wing this? You don't have anything? Like, nothing? And I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, I know topics. I know what I'm going to do, but no, I didn't write anything. They were so shocked that I didn't write anything that it started making me feel like, damn, should I have wrote something? Like, maybe this was not the time to go rogue and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna not do anything and just go off the top of the head. Like I'm Jay-Z or something. Just, put me in the booth and I don't need a pen and a pad. I'm just gonna go off the top. I felt very confident, but I also started feeling very nervous. But it was a moment where I just believed in what I was doing and just said, no, I'm gonna do the opposite. I always write for these kind of situations. I always, put too much time in and always messes up. This time, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm just gonna go and speak from the heart. And I went up there and I did. And I felt like I did a very good job. It was like I wasn't rushed. The pace was smooth. I felt like what I was saying actually was coming from, my heart. But the best thing was that after it was done, a lady came up to me and she grabbed my arm and she said, and this lady was a lot older than me, not that that matters, but she grabbed my arm and she was just like, what you said in that speech really resonated with me and I really appreciate it. And for me, I'm just thinking like, that was off the top. Like, I literally was just talking from the heart. I didn't expect anybody to actually feel something from it. And I felt like what I was able to produce from the top of my head and from the heart was better than anything I could have wrote. And it actually affected, a person that was there, which is like awesome. If even one person leaves remembering what you said, great. But it was another example of me putting myself in a situation where I'm just like, do the opposite. If it hasn't worked out for you in this way, do the opposite.